So, some of you might have already seen my earlier video on how to tie gut strings on a Baroque violin. But I wanted to show you one more knot. And this is my knot that I do when nothing is working and I can't get anything right and I'm having a terrible time trying to tie a knot and I can't get anything to work. This is my secret cheat knot that almost always works no matter how fussy the string is, how sweaty your fingers are, if anything goes wrong, this is a knot that almost always works in a pinch. So this is what I do. I start out just like one of the other knots that I showed you in the last video, which is I take the end of a string and I make 2 little loops. So, something like that, 2 little loops. And I put one loop inside the other and pull it taut. Just like that, about as taut as you can get it. And you'll see that there is a little loop left over. That's what it looks like after you've done that. This little loop's gonna come in handy for us. So we're gonna take the end we didn't tie and slide it under. I think you could do it over as well, but I don't wanna try that. So slide it under the tailpiece and into the little hole. Like that. And then it will pull through. And hopefully if you've tied the knot thick enough, it won't pull through yet. But in case it does, we have another trick, which is we're gonna leave the string somewhat loosely sticking out of it, and we're gonna take the end that's untied and pass it through the loop on the knot we made. So there's my loop. I'm gonna put the string through it. And this is what happens. We end up with that, where the string is now pulled through the loop as well. And from there, we simply put the peg back into the instrument, put the string into the peg, and tie it off like we would with any other knot. And I'll have to tune it up, but that is basically how it works. And then the string has this little loop that goes over it, and it's tied at the bottom under the tailpiece. So it looks a little different from some of the other knots, but it's a good one because it almost always works in a pinch. If you can't tie the knot, if it's not tying right, if it's coming through the hole and you just need something to work, this ought to do it. Good luck. So I wanted to take the old string and show you a little bit of a close-up in case some of that wasn't terribly visible. So you're going to take one end and make 2 loops. Something like this. 2 little loops. And you're going to take one and put it inside the other and pull taut. Something like that. So you get something that looks like this. And then you'll take the other end that you haven't tied, slide it under the tailpiece and push it up through the tailpiece so that it pulls taut like that. And then you'll take the straight end again, the side you just put through the tailpiece, and put that through the loop that you made with the knot. Pull that through, and then all of this will be clipped onto the tailpiece. And then the straight end you've been playing with for the last couple steps goes through the peg just like normal. So that's a little bit of a close-up for how to do that if that helps. Good luck, y'all.